Hello, welcome to Connie Talk, and this is Connie Lang. Today, we're delighted to invite Mr. Michael Lai, the president of the Hong Kong General Chamber of Small and Medium Business, and he's also the executive director of Nice Drape Solar Protection System Company Limited. Welcome, Michael, to join our interview.
Hello, Connie. Nice to see you again.
Yes,
here.
Actually, well, it's not fresh that we get to know each other. We've known each other in other platforms for more than 10 years.
Yeah, I think I can't remember how long we met.
Yeah.
Definitely more than 10 years.
Wow, time flies.
Yes.
Yeah, but I know that you personally has been operating an SME and you've been involved in the SME sector for many years.
Yep.
So what's your thought about that, and why are you becoming the chairman to the association?
I think this is one of the main reasons is that because I manage a SME company, so I've been involved in the business for more than 30 years.
Wow.
So having
you look younger than that.
Having the chance that I have chance to contribute to and be some voice for other SMEs. So that's why I joined we call the HKG GC SME. Yeah, right. Okay, and having some years experience, and I was encouraged to be a president and be in another step, and actually is volunteers on the chambers.
So I understand that small and medium enterprises, namely the SME, actually contributes to a large part of the community, business community in Hong Kong.
Yes.
So how do you define SME, and what is the size of an SME from your perspective?
Okay, well, actually not me, but according to the definition from the Hong Kong governments, the trade industrial departments, for those manufacturing enterprise, which employ less than 100 persons. But for those non-manufacturing enterprise, they have employed less than 50 persons. That already counts the SMEs.
I see.
Yes, in Hong Kong. But and more than that, in according to the record in March 2021, okay, there's a 340,000 SME in Hong Kong. That is already 98% of the total number enterprise.
98%.
98% is quite big percentage, and provide job opportunities to more than 1.2 million persons, and about 45% of the total employments in Hong Kong. That's of course excluding the civil service peoples. That's quite big amounts in Hong Kong.
Wow, that's very significant.
Yeah.
So Michael, so with SME, we understand that the successful rate is not easy, right? So what are some of the twists and turns for SMEs before they can grow to a bigger enterprise? And also, is there any outstanding cases or models that you can share with us from SME's perspective?
Okay. Well, actually, there's many successful stories in the past few decades, such as one of the giant cosmetics groups. If I can name it, it's called Sasa.
Yes, I love buying from there.
Okay, so more precise that so people understand more. And this company actually established in 1978, and from a very small shops and selling the beauty products, and it has expanded its business later on to Hong Kong, not only Hong Kong but in Macau, China, and Asia countries, and it is listed on the stock exchange in 1997. So this is one of the story. Another successful story is the company called LBS Group. This company established in 1998. This is introduced, we call the cleaning service company. But more than that, they provide a high-level hygiene management with technology to the restroom, or you call the washroom. So as of today, this group business has been expanded to more than 30 cities across the Southeast Asia.
Wow, 30 different cities.
So they expand quite a lot.
So what are the successful factors for these two companies that you think would be a good protocol for us to learn more about?
If you can read on these two cases, they also established in a very small scale business.
To start with.
After the hard work, and they expand, and actually they grab an opportunity to expand the business. And another very similar cases, the market is not only in Hong Kong, but they expand to the nearby cities in Macau and also in China. That helped them to expand the business quite a lot and very successful.
So basically, it's almost like riding on the successful model that they have built in Hong Kong from an SME, and then they grow further and expand to other countries.
Yes, like very traditional Hong Kong, a lot of enterprises growing from very small and very tiny shops, and then
yes. So I would say that, like for SMEs, they need to be very adaptive to the continuously changing situations in Hong Kong as well as in other cities, so they can thrive and grow at the same time. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I think most of the company well, the mind is to the first is they are interesting on the business, and the second is that the business they find there's a opportunity to earn some money and see in the market that help them to expand. So that's why they focus on the business, and then gradually they would put on some add-on product or add-on service to the main business.
So I would think that the key word would be flexibility.
Yep, that's true. Okay.
So other than flexibility, we think that the government can also make some good contributions to help SME to grow, right? So to grow, right? So what kind of support does our government, does our Hong Kong government can provide to the SMEs? And so far, what has the policy been doing, and does it meet the real needs of these SME enterprises?
There are actually quite a lot to share with you. But I think most important for me and for Hong Kong, the government is to maintain a free port. That means no duties on import and export goods, no tariff, no quota or tax on most of the goods. Another also important for me is the government to maintain stable economic environment for us. Because especially in the property markets, it's necessary to keep in a reasonable level. I'm not supporting any of the properties development, but I think that most of the Hong Kong residents, their assets is gained from their property values. So if there's a sudden downturns of the property values, that might causing them to lose confidence, or maybe they tighten the pocket, expense less, so it's more serious, the crisis of the confidence. Okay, and also additionally is that I think the government is doing very good, that they have a lot of fund that to support the SME. So but again, so this is good, and how the government can do more promotion to those SME, they understand what kind of funds that supported them, and also important to simplify the applications procedures. So in order to keep those in need, to get the funds to support the business growth. Since 2020, I've checked some record. In 2019, we actually have around 7.5 million populations in Hong Kong. But a year after, 2020, it's dropped to 7.48 millions. And then in 2021, it's 7.1 millions. And 2022 is about the same. And last year, 2023, it's good that we have raised again to 7.49 million populations. But if we can compare to before COVID, 2019, there's still shortage of about 180,000 people in Hong Kong. What this figures means is that a lot of the enterprise, our SMEs, they are shortage of the manpowers. So even I know governments already launched we call it QMAS scheme, is the Quality Migrant Admissions Schemes, that recruit a lot and quite a number of the people who work in Hong Kong. And so most, I think, important, especially for those workers at the construction sites, because that many construction will carry on in the futures. Examples is Northern Metropolis Development Strategies, and so sort of the manpower, sort of the population doesn't help for us to expand in the future. So this is important.
I see.
Okay.
Well, I guess in response to that, a few different comments.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first one, you're talking about Mr. Mr. Chan, Mr. Paul Chan. Like he has assured to us that he won't impose VAT in Hong Kong.
Yep.
So I think that's a good one to hear.
Yeah.
And also the good tax system in Hong Kong has also been helping many SMEs. That's a good thing to hear.
Yep.
But the point that you mentioned about the change of population in Hong Kong, yes, I guess that it's not only in Hong Kong, but that happens to many other regions as well. But I don't know, I just from my personal perspective, I think sometimes it's the quality of the people rather than just pure number of people that can make most contribution to the economy. But we'll definitely hear the good concern from SMEs perspective, and I'm sure like those who are watching the show will have some interpretation. Hopefully the government will do something good to improve the number as well. So that's very good comment.
Yeah, because my role, well, in our associations, our members, our committees is quite wide. Not only focused in particular, maybe in the manufacturing side.
You mean in different industry sectors,
in different industries. So I heard from many industries, they even would like the government have imposed the schemes, and a lot of people's already came to Hong Kong, but still shortage. So in order to keep economic growth, we definitely need some more. Okay, at least back to 2019, we have about 7.5 million. So that's the figures. And also the figures can tell us how we have a successful economics in the past, and what our government have need to do in the futures.
So that's why the government is working hard to try to attract more talents and also more people to come to Hong Kong to work.
Okay, maybe another example might not be easy for those the people who work in Hong Kong. They not migrate, but they work in Hong Kong. They looking for a lot of well, the living standard is different. Okay, but so if we can allow the customs clearance easy for those the people who live in the GBA area. Okay.
To also come to Hong Kong.
They work in Hong Kong, but they living in back in the evenings back to like Shenzhen or Tongguan, whatever. So that might help to improve the shortage of the workers.
So just like prior to the interview, we had been talking about increasing the breadth and also the depth in different perspectives. So talking about the opening up the border and making more convenient for those who are living in the GBD area to come back and forth to Hong Kong and also to contribute to the workforce economy in Hong Kong is definitely a very good idea.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for all your comments earlier. So what do you think is the real driving force for the development of SMEs, say, in the next few years?
Well, from my understanding, in the past, a lot of the Hong Kong residents, they're growing from grassroots. So that means when they didn't have enough resources on their childhood, and they might only have very limited resources and have a very basic living in the past. So, and even worse, some of them may be living in a very profitable levels. So I think this is make them ambitious to improve their life. And I know that they are very flexible, and they are smart and hardworking and perseverance. So they have a lot of good characters. So what's important is that you can see whatever and wherever there's a chance for them to earn money, of course, in the legal way, right?
Of course.
They are willing to grab the opportunities to earn, to learn, to upgrade their livings.
To thrive and grow.
Yeah, right. So the difference for the youngest, like nowadays, maybe they living in a, well, we call reasonable level, not similar, not like in the past.
Not as hard as before.
Yeah, right. But they are more knowledgeable. They living in a better standard, so they receiving Western educations. So that actually lead them to learn the new things or they learn the new technologies easier and quicker. And well, and other characters, they are willing to show their talent, prove they have the abilities, and seeking the recognitions by others. So I would see that the youngest and having that the knowledge and the talents. So that will also speed up the Hong Kong the economics.
Yeah, so we should find more ways to help the youth to build up their business via the route of building up a new SME. Is that the case? That
Yeah, right. So maybe different generation have a different the ground and different the background and different talents. But those success in the past might not be easy to copy in nowadays.
That's true.
But I think we should follow the trends, that to adopt more or make use of the technology to help us to grow the business, to improve our living and our life.
Yes, totally agree. Like I was just looking at different family succession models because of my profession, and I totally agree that in different generations there are different industries that are building fast. So like the people of that particular generation need to grab the opportunity at their moment and to build. So what is good for the past might not be good for the future. So people of their own generation need to grasp the opportunity at their time and build from there.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
what you mentioned is totally correct.
Yeah, thanks for agreeing.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So how can we help SME to rebuild their confidence after the pandemic? Well, 2023 has not been an easy year, and many say that 2024 will not be easy either. So what's your thought on that, and how can SME thrive to grow in this difficult environment?
Well, that is a very hard time. Well, since 2020, right? As the pandemic was seriously spreading worldwide.
Yes, not easy.
Yeah, not easy for the 3-4 years. A lot of countries lockdown, and not only causing the economic shutdowns, but I found that the people they are more felt depressed because in some
more emotional
very emotional
impact.
Yeah, some places some country they may have a bigger living space, right? But in Hong Kong, everybody know that most of us is living in a very tiny area, so that's even caused them very bad feelings and very depressed.
Can imagine.
Yeah, apart from them, since we actually sometimes we're not allowed to group together, having a with friends or families in the restaurants because of the restrictions, and even we can't work in office, so we only allowed to work in home. So the living behavior is changed. So you can do the shopping. Sometimes you may only having tablet and do online purchasings. So this is a lot of change. So the important is for the SME is to we call it to fit in the post-COVID, the new era. And
just need to be flexible to
flexible,
grow.
Yeah, right. And it's also encouraged to the SME to speed up the digital transformations.
Digital transformation.
Yeah, use of the new and advanced technologies like the AI recently is quite very popular, and so that they can cope with the new trends and working and fit to the working and living behaviors.
Wow, that's true. Agree. Thank you. So ESG is also widely recognized as an emerging concept in the industry. So what is the role of ESG in business operations from the perspective of SMEs?
Okay, again, you ask a lot of very hot topics questions.
Well, that's a hot topic right now. Yeah, of course, we need to scratch ahead.
Yes, actually, yeah. Recently, ESG is very hot.
Yes.
And I can say I think since the list corporation stand price required to comply with the stock exchange, the newly imposed regulations, they need to submit the ESG report since 2028. Sorry, 2026. 26, right? Okay. 2026. They are not alone. They have a lot of vendor or suppliers or partners. So they need to review the systems. So for those partners or vendors, they need to also have to upgrade themselves in order to keep on the business with this big corp. Otherwise, they cannot, or maybe kick out from their vendor list. So this is also important for the SME to seriously to look on these matters.
I see. Yes. So with that, actually, from my perspective as a professional trustee, we have also been encouraging SMEs to set up their charity foundations, and also from that perspective to do more social service-related projects in a proper way, so as to comply with the ESG requirement as well. And I think that is definitely the direction to go for.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, as the last question, from your perspective, how can SMEs utilize this concept in their development planning?
Well, I think ESG is mainly request on the big enterprise, but in order to comply with the new regulations, it is trying to carry on in all industries.
Yes.
Not only for big corps. So I think
big and small corporations
for,
also need that,
for the
right?
SMEs, it may be difficult, but actually it's not that difficult, because it's only that they need to put them formally. Okay. Why I say this, because I think a lot of the company they're using, like examples, using recycled papers.
Yeah.
And apart from the E, the S is the stand for the social responsibilities. So for those SME, I do believe they have some donations in some NGO in the past. So what they need to do is to
carry on some actual projects.
Because these good gestures that's doing occasionally and periodically, and record them and record how many hours you have working for them, and how many money you have donated. Let's just record them. And for the G is governance. Governance is also not only the big, but for the small enterprise, they also necessary to they put in a lot of procedures in internally. Take examples, if there's productions, they need to put there step by step, and the operation, how to proceed each steps. So just formally they have write down these things and put it as a manuals. And those things, it's not only comply with the ESG, but in fact the company will help them to review themselves, and is it environmental friendly, and is this also good to save some costs and improve their operations.
So it's actually good for their actual operations, right?
At the end, save the cost, reduce the cost, increase the profit, increase the profit margins. This is good, and actually is a mutual benefits.
Yeah, so it's operational efficiency.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. So as a last word in our interview, so what's your advice to the SMEs to in future? So just a simple word, a few words to sum up our interview.
Be flexible.
Be flexible, just like what we mentioned.
And be in the trend.
In the trend.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's to basically to keep observing what is happening currently and see how we can do better in future.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly.
Well, yeah, so as the SMEs leader, you need to continue to give us more feedback and see how we can do better for Hong Kong, and also as a role model for other SMEs in other parts of the world. So your role is very important. So please continue to make contribution to the association and also to your industry, and of course we need to stay in touch.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, my role is to be in the platform to connect to the SMEs and to the governments, and convert those difficulty or challenges to government, so that help them to set their policy. At the same time, we also as a bridge for the governments to explain their policy, and so that those SME understand what government have already did for them and what going to do in the future. So Hong Kong is our place, is where we born.
It's our home.
Yeah, it's our home. So we need to work together and having better tomorrows. Okay.
Yes, that's very much appreciated. Thank you, Michael, for spending your time to share with us today. And I'm sure you'll do more good sharing for us in future, right?
Okay, sure. I hope I can have better insight again. So, and again, I thanks for having me to be here and learn from you, and also having a chance to explain more and our road to different audience. Okay.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching our show today again, and there will be more good interviews in future for our next shows and also in the future. So please stay tuned and keep supporting us. And until then, goodbye.
Okay. Bye bye.